Sanios, whenever it comes down to it, I definitely for third pile as we get into the fuckeries of it. In which, let's see what sort of solutions might pop up into your fucking mind, I say lad, alright? Or doll, depending upon the fucking lad of fucking gender ass pronouns and much motherfuckers are doing. Don't specify. Best. Oh, at once. So I'm getting that you feel very limited whenever it concerns what you're doing, and you feel like there's no resources around you, in front of you. And the one thing I would have to say about it is this. And it's really got to do with the turmoils in which you're holding in mind at this moment, or something particular whenever it comes to the past, and which is keeping you back. And it could be something which you haven't made amends with, and you don't want to make amends with. It could be as subtle as an argument. It could be actually with somebody in which you've always had arguments with, and you sort of developed a distaste for them. And you see them as a person, and which pretty much burns your fucking, well, possibilities to the ground of what's in front of you. And the reason why is because you got your fucking attention on them, and that's exactly what they want. Attention is power, not fucking money. Trust me. If you get someone's attention, then money flows. If you get the attention of other people, especially for a specific purpose or cause, trust me, there's fucking a lot of power to it. Have you ever noticed whenever it comes to famous people in which you meet with them and talk with them, for some reason they have an aura about them that's very fucking, well, overwhelming? Don't you ever notice that? It's because most eyes are on them. Attention is power. If you can have many people have eyes on you, oh boy. Granted, they're going to have to learn how to handle the weight of all that energy. And it could crush and burn people, or it can build them up, depending upon the scenario. But that's the past in which we're going to be going ahead. We're doing the 3-card layer fucking rollout. Let's just get very dandy. 6 of coins. And I'm getting 2 that you could have problems with house or a place to stay. I'm getting that you probably were recently kicked out and you lost quite a few things on the way. You're probably at a friend's place. And even some animals, for instance, you could have had some animals in which you couldn't take with you because, well, you didn't have a fucking home. And it could have been with someone in particular in which you had to leave from. So it could be also a fucking relationship. But with the past card, I am sensing that you were a little bit pissed because you felt like, well, they just seemed to burn what the fuck sort of possibilities in front of my eyes. We got the future. 3 of coins. So I'm already seeing that your future plans of interacting with other people whenever it concerns your creations is sort of on hold at the moment. I'm getting that whenever it comes to making any sort of business connections, you really can't do that at the moment. And your work was very much your first priority. And whenever it concerns losing pretty much the family life dynamic, then it started to work itself into business. And which I would say, it always starts from the house. Every problem, Denzel Washington was goddamn right. Everything starts from the home. Everything starts from the home. Everything starts from the home. For instance, if a motherfucker's, family is kept in, stabilized, so is what the fuck they do outside of it. Now, that's the reason why fucking most businessmen aren't fucking married, and if they are, well, let's just say it's not exactly the best of strides in which I know they're having a bitch of a time, especially if they're devoted to business and not to family life. So, for the adjustment period, you're definitely going to be I'm also getting, too, that you could probably have trust issues, especially whenever it concerns future circumstances, with anybody else that comes towards you. And you're going to be standoffish at first because of your fucking present experience. And I'm just getting a story. Here's what the fuck this reminds me of. don't you remember that story of that kid? It's like a fucking Grim Tale or some shit, where there was a kid that danced with giants, and the giants usually ate people, but they didn't eat the kid, and the kid danced with the giants and type shit. So I'm really getting from Spirit that you really need to be careful about first glances. Like they won't ring true. So really evaluate the people which do come towards you, and don't treat them like a book cover. Just focus on what's underneath the book, and you'll get what I mean by that statement. So whatever interactions of which you had at the present moment, whenever it concerns these two fuckers, the one with the sickle and shit, in which honestly, I'm getting that it could also be a prejudice. Prejudice because of what they believe. Like, for some reason, I'm getting like Wicca and shit like that, or, for instance, sorcery of any of that sort. And there's sort of a prejudice because of probably an incident in which involved you with, I guess, motherfuckers like me. And it left a bad taste in your mouth. So that's the reason why that's exactly what you feel. And I'm being reminded by Spirit to not always pay attention to first appearances. That's definitely what I'm hearing. And it's constantly repeated. It's like, be careful allowing the turmoils of the present situation be carried with you. Because we're already in the cycle, and much as this is letting go. This is letting go whenever it comes to the moon cycle. Whenever it's full moon and then losing light, that's the time to release and cleanse and pretty much leave the shit out the door. So that way the next moon cycle happens, in which new moon, new intention, fucking let's go and get fucking sexy, I said. But right now, just focus on this element. I can tell that most of you are going to be watching this video during a lunar cycle in which the moon is losing light. Because usually scenarios like these get pulled up to my attention quite a bit, and I've noticed they've always coincided with the moon. And I found that rather fascinating. So for this pile number fucking 3, I love you, and say goodbye to Meg too. He's a good friend. He teaches me much, alright? Have a good one, brothers and sisters. And yes, I got a gift from my ex, I'm keeping it.